The Stars and Stripes show is brought to you by the U.S. Embassy.
It's Cabs FM Power to Engage Your World. And of course, it's December the 22nd, 3 days from Christmas. And of course, wishing all Botswana and everybody that is within the Republic of Botswana happy holidays. Today on the Stars and Stripes radio show, proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy in partnership with Cabs FM. We're talking the English Access Microscholarship Program. And of course, if you are new to the Stars and Stripes radio show, remember that this show is targeted at sharing the bilateral relationship between the U.S. government and the BW government. And of course, today in studio, I have the honor of speaking to Nonhlanhla Ledimu, who serves as Emerging Voices Specialist at the U.S. Embassy, Gaborone, Botswana. Happy holidays. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Swift, and thank you very much for hosting us today.
Well, of course, thank you so much for taking the time to come to the studio. Look, please tell us a little bit about yourself and, of course, outline your role at the U.S. Embassy.
I'm the Emerging Voices Specialist at the U.S. Embassy under the Public Diplomacy section.
Okay, nice.
And my portfolio is working with the public on academic and cultural exchanges programs. Mm-hmm. And within these programs, we can take young Botswana and any Botswana to the U.S. and again, we can have U.S. experts coming here to Botswana to share their knowledge and skills with Botswana.
Fantastic. Look, today, the theme of today's show is the English Access Microscholarship Program. Walk us through what this is about. What do you mean by access and what is it in line with today's show?
Okay, within our academic programs, academic portfolio, we have different English programs which targets different audiences. And within those programs is the English Microscholarship Program, which is commonly known as the Access Program. Okay, so nice. The Access Program targets students between 13 to 20 years. And it has been running in Botswana since 2016. Like I said, we target students. So Access is a student-centered program sponsored by the U.S. Department of State and U.S. embassies that provide English language skills to underserved students worldwide and through the extracurricular classes and activities. And in Botswana, like I mentioned, we started in 2016, and so far we have worked with only 2 implementers. So one was in Silibe Pikwe, and then the other one is in Muchudi. The Access Program runs for 2 years, and after 2 years, we look for new implementers.
Okay.
And what we normally do, we assess the implementers, we assess the capacity and also credibility, because remember, we are working with people and we are working with money, so we want to make sure that indeed the implementer that we are engaging with is credible and has good history in terms of governance.
Fantastic. So it's safe to say it's a partnership in line with human development or human capital development between the BW government and the U.S. government. Is that a safe analogy?
Yes.
Fantastic. How does the embassy work with the organizations to run this particular program?
Before we go there, let me talk about the goals and objectives of the Access Program.
Absolutely.
The Access Program provides participants with a foundation of English language.
Okay.
Remember, we are not saying American English. We are saying English language. So this English language, it's essential. It's an enabler for young people to be able to communicate in the global market. So through the Access Program, they manage to grasp on skills that help them in networking and also in addressing issues of climate change, addressing issues and participating in entrepreneurship opportunities, as well as participating in our programs, our exchange programs in the U.S. So the Access Program also is an enabler for global communication, like I mentioned, and our participants, we ensure that their English skills is improved because we have a way that the implementer is supposed to assess them. And Talent will talk more about that later on. And the other thing that the Access program promotes is a service learning component, where students are taught on how to participate or engage on community activities, which we normally call volunteering. And it is through this program that we teach or we train our participants to participate in community activities. Going on, you were saying, how do we work with organizations?
Yes. With your local partners.
Yes, the first thing that we do is we identify credible organizations. We check their background, if it's organizations that we can work with and they have good history of working relations with their communities. So that is the first step. And we also check the operational activities, that the operational activities are aligned or that in aligned to our priority areas or our priority themes for that particular year, because every year, according to our ICS goals change, and we need to ensure that the implementer that we are working with is aligned to our ICS goals. And we also check and validate that the teachers that are going to train or that are going to be instructing the English language within that organization or institute, they are qualified and they have the experience teaching the English language, as well as the legally, or they have the permit to work in Botswana.
Very important.
We also work with organizations throughout the program by monitoring and evaluating the program throughout the 2 years, because we want to ensure that indeed they implement the plan or the proposal as they had stated, and also that they stick to the budget and use the budget for the activities that they have outlined in the proposal.
Well, it's Gabs FM, Power to Engage Your World. If you've just joined us, welcome to the Stars and Stripes radio show, proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy in partnership with Gabs FM. And of course, today, the theme of today's show is the English Access Microscholarship Program. And of course, wherever you are, if you're traveling, please kindly travel safe, and wishing you happy holidays on behalf of the Stars and Stripes radio show. Let me ask you this question: impact. How impactful is this program been so far? Is it changing the lives of Botswana?
From the reports that we get from our implementers, because they're the ones who are dealing directly with the public, they indicate that it has borne positive results in their communities. Fantastic. Especially when it comes to young people. They have developed critical thinking skills. They are now able to analyze information when they are provided with information, and it has also helped. The program has also helped them with the academic performance, because English is the mode of instruction for almost all the subjects in Botswana, except for Setswana, of course. So the English, the Access program has helped the participants improve on the academic performance. The other thing that we have seen is noted is creativity. They are now able to be innovative with materials or information or services within their communities. They don't have to look outside. They use what they already have to improve their livelihoods. We also have noted from the reports that some of the students who participated in the program especially from the first cohort, and fortunately we have one of our alumni from the first cohort
who
will speak more about the impact of the program in his life. So we have noticed that the program not only helps them with English language skills, it also builds their confidence because they're able to present and express themselves better.
Well, let's talk about qualifications and who qualifies for access to the program. I mean, that's an important component which many Botswana might be interested in.
Yes. Firstly, the organization needs to have a permit or be registered to operate in Botswana and wherever it is based. For example, the one that was in Silebepikwe was had a permit to operate in Silebepikwe. We also check the operational activities, like I mentioned earlier on, and ensure that it is aligned to our ICS goals. Mm-hmm. We assess and validate the qualifications of the teachers who are engaged or who are employed by the institution to train the students on the English program. Mm-hmm. What else, Swift? We also we are very strict with our reporting because we want to make sure that indeed the implementers do what they have proposed with the budget that they have requested for.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that we do site visits to make sure that indeed whatever has been put on paper is what is happening, is being done.
Yes.
Otherwise, if we don't do site visits, we'll just depend on papers, and then the next thing we find out that the organization does not operate, does not exist. The other thing is that we advise our implementers to ensure that they have an international or US dollar account, because when we disperse money, we disperse in the US dollar currency.
Okay, nice.
Yes. And then what else? We also emphasize through our trainings and our orientation with the implementers that whenever they are provided with reporting templates, because we have existing reporting templates, they need to work on those reporting templates as guided and also submit them as required, because that shows that they're able or they're accountable for the funds and they're accountable for the activities that they have stated in the proposal.
Well, it's Gabs FM, empowered to engage your world. Remember, like, share, and interact with the U.S. Embassy on all social media platforms. There are many opportunities for Botswana, and today we're highlighting, shared education or shared development. Whether we like it or not, the bilateral relationship between the U.S. government and the BW government also speaks to human capital development. On the other side of this, thank you so much to Nonhlanhla Ledimo, who serves as emerging voices specialist at the U.S. Embassy. And of course, we were discussing the Meet America policy segment. On the other side of this, we'll be crossing over to hear from a Motswana and the voice of the Motswana in line with the Partner Spotlight segment. Look out for it.
Did we mention that we play the best music?
The Stars and Stripes show is brought to you by the U.S. Embassy.
Well, it's Gabs FM, powered to engage your world. Welcome back to the Stars and Stripes radio show, proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy in partnership with Gabs FM. And of course, happy holidays to all of you within the Republic of Botswana. And if you're traveling, please kindly travel safe. Today's theme is the English Access Microscholarship Program. And today I'm speaking to Talent Kahuni, Education and STEM Hub Coordinator at Stepping Stones International, otherwise known as SSI. Talent, welcome to the show. Happy holidays.
Thank you so much, and so happy for you to having us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. How was your year? My year, I'm so tired. And of course, thank you so much for taking the time to be part and parcel of the show.
The year was amazing. And as as somebody that works with to empower youth,
Yes.
it's always challenging, like throughout the year, and now also at the end of the year, kind of like having to look back and say what have we done as an organization, what impact has we given to our communities.
Absolutely.
So overall, it has been an amazing year.
Fantastic. Kindly lean forward and make sure you speak into the mic. Thank you so much. Look, talent, let's continue the conversation. And of course, I do know Stepping Stones. Stepping Stones has done a phenomenal job in terms of community empowerment and impact. Let's talk about this. Tell us what you do within the organization and of course your mandate at Stepping Stones International.
So I am entrusted with the Education and STEAM Hub looking over Katleng District. So what we do within the department, we have various programs that we run in there. We have the English Access Microscholarship Program.
Nice.
We do have the literacy program that we're in partnership with the University of Utah Reading Clinic. And then we also do have our normal tutoring with our beneficiaries. And then we also do have ICT as well as STEAM projects, which is your science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
You know, one thing that I think is so important and we tend to underestimate is literacy.
Yes.
And, you know, reading guarantees you the power of informal learning, you know, and that's one thing that we need to all hands on deck. Because I'm a product of just simple reading. I didn't do very well at school, but I'm a big reader and I know the benefits of reading. Let's talk about your role in implementing the Access program. Just highlight some of your contributions towards this particular program.
Okay, so my role is to actually coordinate the program.
Okay.
I also do implement the program, but I also don't work alone. We are a team of let me just say hubs that works with the participants that we enroll into the program.
Okay.
So what we do is when we enroll our participants, we do various assessments. We do the English assessments. We also do digital literacy assessments. We do psychosocial support assessments as well as skills for life assessments. So that throughout the 2 years when we have our students, access is not only access in Botswana. The embassy has allowed us to be able to make sure that when our students are developing, they develop holistically, not only with English skills, but as well with skills for life. Also being able to support them in their homes. We do home visits. We also have even a program called Binahari where we bring in the parent and the students so that they are able to have better relationships, so that at the end, when we graduate our participants, they come out as the best product that we can. Yeah.
Look, let's talk about the impact of your program. Lerone, I'd like to understand your beneficiaries. You know, I think one thing that we've got to highlight is your beneficiaries. Batwakai, you know, what part of our communities are these kind of programs impacting?
So I'm just going to add to what Nunhlanhla said. On top of the criteria that we use of looking for students that are coming from vulnerable backgrounds, we are also looking for students. What we actually do, our recruitment, we work with guidance and counseling teachers in schools. We work with government social workers. So what we do is we give them the criteria of what we are looking for, and then they give us names. We do further assessments to see if they fall into those criteria. So currently we are actually working with 5 junior schools in Katleng, in Muchudi.
Oh, wow.
And then so we also do have MOU with the Ministry of Education, so that after lunch during their study, we are allowed to go and pick them up in schools and bring them to the center in Muchudi, and then we implement all of our programs.
Fantastic. How many students have you trained, if you don't mind me asking?
To date, we have trained and graduated 109 students.
109 students.
Yes.
That is absolutely amazing. Look, it's Caps FM Power to engage your world. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in reading. And I think that is one thing that we need to, you know, funny enough, they say, funny thing that they say, you can tell the national literacy of your country by the size of the bookshop at the airport. So we've got a lot of work to do, you know what I'm saying? Let me offer you, on behalf of Stepping Stones International, to share your parting statement.
Let me just say we would like to thank the U.S. Embassy for awarding us this grant, because it has shown that we can actually play a part in building our nation. We have produced nation builders. Currently, we have, like with the first cohort, we have policemen, we have got nurses that are already working. We do have one of our alumnus who's in Manchester studying mechatronics through the program. We do have girls that have gone to South Africa to venture into aviation and space studies. We have a current alumnus who will be going to France next year, taking a gap for an exchange program. We do have another of our participant who has started their own non-profit in Katling, giving back to the community that raised them. And we even have a current one who graduated last month. She was at one of the radio stations 2 weeks back. Okay. And she was representing Katleng in commemorating the children's rights for this year. So that's how impactful the program is. That is how Stepping Stones would love to see our young people becoming leaders in their own right, and also leading others.
Absolutely. Well, leaders are readers. Moving swiftly along, pun intended. On the other side of this, I'm going to be speaking to a program beneficiary, and of course, under the partner spotlight, Re Lefika Leruo Mosala. On the other side of this, do not change that FM dial, and remember, happy holidays.
Music unlimited on Gabs FM.
But before we do that, allow me to do this. And of course, listen up. And thank you so much for being part and parcel of the Stars and Stripes radio show. Proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy in partnership with Gabs FM. And of course, wishing all of you a very, very Merry Christmas and a happy holidays for those of you that subscribe to the holidays. But listen up. Dumelang Botswana need affordable options this festive season. Well, good news. We have happy holiday savings at Pep. Mix and match cool kids graphic toys from just 39 pula 99 tebe from ages 2 till 7-year-olds with a wide choice of bottoms, and save up to 15 pula. Or double up on his or hers tops starting at 79 pula 99 tebe. You can save yourself 20 pula. Put family first for less with Pep. Visit your nearest Pep store now for more affordable options this festive season. Good afternoon.
Joining power to engage your world is on 97.8 FM.
Well, it's Gabs FM, powered to engage your world. Welcome back to the Stars and Stripes radio show, proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy in partnership with Gabs FM. Now, let me tell you something. Part of our bilateral relationship involves human capital development. And I've just been, speaking to some phenomenal players that are speaking about the English Access Microscholarship Program, a program designed and with the objective of, empowering Botswana in the space of literacy. And as I rightfully said, leaders are readers. So I'm brilliantly happy about this. And of course, moving swiftly along, brilliantly happy. Is that even correct English? Partner Spotlight was speaking to Lefika Leruo Mosala, program beneficiary. Lefika, how are you, and welcome to the show, Matam?
I'm very good, Chief. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Look, let's go. Tell me about who you are and how did you collide with this particular initiative, the English Access Micro Scholarship Program. Where did you find it? How did you collide with it? What was your experience with it?
Well, actually, the English Access Micro Scholarship Program came about when I was just transferring at Ituteng Junior Secondary School.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so a few months actually, and then I got enrolled in the program.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so now I'm an alumni and part of the first cohort in Botswana. So right now I'm a graduate. I'm a fresh graduate from the University of Botswana, where I was doing Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, currently seeking a job in the field. Yeah, so anyone... Yeah. I'm also a youth representative, board member at Stepping Stones International, the one that's hosting this program. Yeah, and on top of that, I'm a volunteer tutor at Stepping Stones also, where I provide academic assistance to students, helping them understand and improve in mathematics and sciences.
Fantastic. So let's talk about this program. And obviously, you delved into an academic. You walk through the corridors of academia, going to university.
Yeah.
How did this particular access program assist you in your studies as Manawa school? What did it do? Because often enough, we need to, it's your responsibility and my responsibility to make learning cool.
Yeah.
When you talk about, I'm going to read a book Friday, it's like you're not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we've seen our recent results, a lot of Banabarona are failing because of simply their understanding and their ability to understand.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Well, the English Access Program, it improved my English language skills. That's enabling me to communicate better with written and spoken English.
Okay.
It improved my comprehension because if you don't know how to read, what are you going to do at school? Because English, like Nontlahla said earlier, is the main instructional language that we have in Botswana.
Absolutely.
It not only improved my language skills, but also fostered my essential soft skills like teamwork, leadership, and adaptability, which helped when I got to the university, which is a very different environment.
Absolutely.
So you have to have a lot in your arsenal to tackle the challenges that occur. As it should be.
Yes.
Yeah, it also opened my eyes to possibilities that I would have never thought of. It allowed me to dream because one of the things that holds us back as youth is the fear to dream. It showed me how small the world was because I used to think America was very far. I used to think UK was very far. But them bringing their programs to us, teaching us about the American culture, it gave me a global perspective that will help me realize all these things.
Absolutely. Do you have anything else?
Well, one of the most important things that I grasped from that was community service, because they are really adamant on community service, and which led me to go back to Stepping Stones to volunteer as a tutor.
Proud
to
of
give
you
those.
doing that.
Yeah.
No, look, whether you like it or not, a big component of life is what I call storytelling. You have to be able to articulate yourself. And if you can read, it improves your articulation. Because whether you're telling the story of your brand, your logo, whether you're articulating to somebody who can help you with your destiny, reading plays a significant role, including exercising the mind. Reading is actually exercise for your mind. And it's important that we do that. Let me offer you this opportunity to share with the nation. What would you say to your age mates? What would you say to Banabako Di Kaolong in line with the Access Program, in line with what you've learned from Stepping Stones and the importance of this particular program?
Well, I say if the opportunity comes to you, take it. If you have the opportunity to get into the English Access Program, go for it, because it's not just academic. We also go for trips where they show us the different world. Like most of us grow around our villages and we don't know the different parts of Botswana. And also engagement with other children helps us develop interpersonal skills and build our confidence. At one point, I couldn't sit here with you and talk to you like this.
Yeah,
so
really shy.
yeah,
No problem.
yeah, so For the first time going out of the country, it was because of this program. We went to Vic Falls, which was an amazing experience.
Fantastic.
So I say go for it, go and absorb as much as you can, because it will help you tremendously as you go forward.
I like that, man. I like your mind and your ability to articulate. What book are you reading now?
I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Kadi Holiday Ronan. You don't need to only do other recreational activities. You can also sit Atlas Asklare, get a great book and read. Ladies and gentlemen, wishing you happy holidays, and that's how we're coming to the end of the 22nd episode, December 22nd episode of the Stars and Stripes radio show. On behalf of the US Embassy and of course all the partners, Gabs FM and many other partners, Stepping Stones International, would like to wish you a happy holiday. Good afternoon.
The Stars and Stripes show was brought to you by the US Embassy.